Good morning, church. My name is Scott Beard. I'm the lead pastor here at First United Methodist Church in Kirksville. I pray you're having a great day. Pray you're having a wonderful day. There's a question that's a historic question for Methodists that come from John and Charles Wesley, the original founders. They would get together in small groups they called bands or classes, and these small groups would ask each other, how is it with your soul? And I think that's a hard question when people ask you that, because your soul is more than just your mind and your emotions. Your soul seems to encompass your very being. How is it with your soul? How is it that you're seeing God in your life? How is it that you feel at one with God and that God is there to take care of you and to be with you? And this idea of how is it with your soul is often a challenging question. It's one of those that in groups that I'm involved with, sometimes we ask this question as well to encourage each other to think about how is it truly with our soul. And there's a song that really made me think about this that's in our United Methodist hymnal. It's in many other hymnals as well. It's called Be Still My Soul. And this idea of being still and allowing God to work through your life is hard, because we want to stay in control of things all the time. We feel like that if we don't do it, no one else will. And that sometimes is a challenging place to be, because we feel like we have more and more that we need to do, and it's not always easy to get that done. But the words to this song are beautiful. Be still, my soul. The Lord is on your side. Bear patiently the cross of grief or pain. Leave to your God to order and provide. In every change, God faithful will remain. Be still, my soul. Your best, your heavenly friend, through thorny ways leads to a joyful end. And of course, this is talking about our eternal reward, but it's also talking about as you travel through this life, as you take each and every step, knowing that God is there. Now, the person who wrote this it was German. Her name was Katharina von Schlegel. And she was born in 1697 in Germany. And very little is known about her. We don't know too much about her other than a few of her poems, this being probably the most famous. But some of the hymnologists who study these types of things believe she was a Lutheran nun, and that we do know the song was first published in 1752 in a book that was titled in German, but the English translation is A New Collection of Spiritual Songs. And so they were songs that were written published in 1752. And we don't know exactly what the original tune that was applied to this. But it was written in German, and then later a translator named Jane Borthwick, who lived from 1813 to 1897, she was a member of the Free Church of Scotland, and she wrote the English translation of this song. And her original translation included 5 of the original 6 stanzas. We're only going to do 3 stanzas today. But Jane Borthwick's translations appeared in a book of hymns called Hymns from the Land of Luther. So she, although she was Scottish, she was intentionally writing writing translations from German to English. Now the tune to this song was applied much later, but the tune to this is a very famous tune. It's one of the more famous tunes in our hymnal. And it's one, it's called Finlandia. And Finlandia is also the tune to the hymn, This Is My Song. You may recognize that one as much as this name of this one. But Finlandia was written by a composer named Jean Sibelius, who lived from 1865 to 1957. So he was very much writing in the 20th century. And this is one of the most famous, what is the most famous piece he wrote. But it's part of a larger work, which is titled A Symphonic Tone Poem. And the overall piece was called Finlandia, Opus 26. And Sibelius wrote this as a patriotic offering in 1899 as part of a final 7 pieces of music reflecting portions of Finnish history, because Jean Sibelius was a Finnish composer and probably the most famous Finnish composer that lived. And so the tune is titled Finlandia, even though it's only one of the songs from the tone poem Finlandia. And I thought about what was the original writer, this Katharina von Schlegel? What was she thinking? What was she basing this thought on? And it really points us towards this ever-present nature of God, that God is with us no matter when we feel like God may be absent or God's not listening, God's somehow ignoring our plight, but God is there. And throughout Scripture, we get assured over and over again that God's presence is always there. I thought of a scripture that would remind us of this, and could be partially what she was thinking about when she wrote this poem. It's Psalm 46. Let me read Psalm 46 to you, and I pray that you'll think about how you are with your soul today. Psalm 46, starting with verse 1. God is our refuge and strength, a very present help in trouble. Therefore we will not fear, though the earth should change, though the mountains shake in the heart of the sea, though its waters roar and foam, though the mountains tremble with its tumult. There is a river whose streams make glad the city of God, the holy habitation of the Most High. God is in the midst of the city, it shall not be moved. God will help it when the morning dawns. The nations are in an uproar, the kingdoms totter. He utters his voice and the earth melts. The Lord of hosts is with us. The God of Jacob is our refuge. Come, behold the works of the Lord. See what desolations he has brought on the earth. He makes war cease to the ends of the earth. He breaks the bow and shatters the spear. He burns the shields with fire. Be still and know that I am God. I am exalted among the nations. I am exalted in the earth. The Lord of hosts is with us. The God of Jacob is our refuge. And this, of course, was written from the perspective of the people of Israel, who were often in battle with some of the neighboring countries and neighboring tribes who were trying to push them out of the land. And the people of Israel were trying to maintain their land and their heritage. And they went through many struggles, many times of exile, many times of defeat. And yet God continued to be faithful to them, even when they were not. And so we have beautiful pieces of writing like this in Psalm 46 that remind us of God's presence. And we have beautiful songs like that I want to sing with you this morning. Be still, my soul. And I encourage you to sing along, or at least listen to the words and think about how God is there to still your soul. Let's sing together. Be still, my soul, the Lord is on your side. Bear patiently the cross of grief or pain. Cleave to your God to order and provide. In every change, God faithful will remain. Be still, my soul, your best, your heavenly friend. Through thorny ways, leads to a joyful end. Be still, my soul, your God will undertake to guide the future as in ages past. Your hope, your confidence, let nothing shake. All now mysterious shall be bright at last. Be still, my soul, the waves and winds still know the Christ who ruled them while he dwelt below. Be still, my soul, the hour is hasting on, when we shall be forever with the Lord. When disappointment, grief, and fear are gone, sorrow forgot, love's purest joys restored. Be still, my soul, when change and tears are past. All safe and blessed, we shall meet him at last. Well, that's my prayer for you today, that all is well with your soul. And as it's troubled from day to day, remember the promises that God has given you. That God continues to walk each and every lonely road with you down the dark corridors into the recesses of your life where you need peace, you need comfort, you need to know that God is there. Go in peace and have a beautiful day. Bye-bye.